Hello, friends. Hi, how are we today? I hope we are all doing well. It is finally chillier here in Ontario, so I felt like it was the perfect time to use the Autumn Vibes Kit from Dash of Sun Design. If you guys don't know, I'm a PR girl for her, and this kit is still available in her shop, so you can use my code ALEX10 for 10% off, and I will leave that link in the description box. So I am starting off as I always do. Layering the bottom washi, and I've done what I'm going to do a few times now, which is I am putting down the bottom washi and I am layering the second strip over it, but there is another gold strip, like it matches the kit, and what I end up doing is I put that above my headers and then below my date covers, and it's a really nice little divider. I don't know, I just I saw it done once in a plan with me, and I really enjoyed it, and I am going to keep doing it when I have kits like this because I love it. But as always, I had to flip over my planner to make sure that I got it down perfectly on the others. I don't know, for some reason that short piece always trips me up. And I spent a lot of time on this one deciding what I was going to do with my sidebar and like procrastinating. You'll see me procrastinate on it a couple of times. So before we get like right into it, I should probably apologize for my voice. I am so sorry. I tried to put this off as long as I can, but I still can't get rid of this voice. So I finally caught Owen's cold. You'll actually see me note that in the spread. I got so sick, and it is totally karma. The last time my baby got sick, my husband was like laughing at me. He's like, I never get sick. But my baby didn't really get that badly sick. This time, everyone in this household got sick. And we are not doing well. We're all doing well now, but I sound like a wreck. So I am sorry about that. Anyway, I'm just going in. This week I decided to use the patterned headers as well as the green headers, and you will see that in a bit. And I'm just laying them down now. And I am going straight across with my boxes this week. I am lacking whimsy because I am sick, and so much happened. I did sneak this in my stories on Instagram. Whenever you're seeing this, it was like on Thursday. I sneaked it in my stories, but essentially, oh my gosh, it's such a big deal, and I want to tell you what I did in my day by day. So what had happened was, I don't really understand, but apparently, in order to make sure that everybody had like equitable access to internet in my neighborhood, they were laying lines for the other telecom companies. So in my area, there are two big ones, Bell and Rogers. So I have Rogers. I have been with them for how old am I now? So I have been with them for 13 years, providing me service, and my family has been with them for much longer. We've never had a problem. We've always had great service. And so obviously that's who I went with. Well, Bell comes in and they're like, we're just running this line. And at 7:13 on August 31st in the morning, 7:18, sorry, in the morning, they cut my internet. So I went out and I talked to them, and these like young kids who were subcontractors, and they're like, yeah, so it turns out that Bell doesn't pay us to do location services, so sometimes lines get cut, but you can call Bell and they'll do something about it. So I called Bell, and Bell did nothing. So I called my company, and my company, Rogers, and they were like, sure, we can send somebody out, but only on Wednesday. And I was like, okay, but don't you have an emergency crew? Like, I need somebody to come out sooner. I am not getting paid to work from home for 2 days because I don't have internet. And because I don't meet COVID protocols, I don't feel comfortable going into the office, obviously. I didn't tell them that part. They don't need to know that. But I don't have an option to go into the office. So I told this to Bell and I told this to Rogers. And the earliest that Rogers could get anybody out was Wednesday afternoon after working hours. And the earliest that Bell could get anyone out was possibly on Thursday morning. Oh my goodness, I am so mad. So Bell refused to provide me with a solution. I was on the phone with them for over an hour, primarily on hold, being switched back and forth from department to department. I'm in customer service. I know how it works. I was nice, I was polite, and they were still ridiculously rude to me. Anyway, the point is, you can see me dithering about my sidebar here. But the point is, I was so annoyed, and I called the CRTC, which is like the complaints board, because I found out that Bell and Rogers don't have an ombudsman. Interesting. Very interesting. So one of the reasons that we have like the top internet and like cell phone rates in the world is because these telecom companies have a monopoly and there's no oversight. So essentially the complaints line that I took it to has not responded and won't respond because they don't believe, because I'm not a customer with Bell, they don't believe that this is an issue. Regardless, I will continue to follow up and I will continue to hound them because I do believe that they should be reimbursing me for my 2 days off. Not off, but like my 2 days that I would have otherwise been working. And I was really, really frustrated with it. So now you can see that's like my big drama. I know I made it seem like a bigger deal, and it was a bigger deal to me because I understand that this is a very first world problem, but I also, like, my child's white noise machine, I ensure that he goes to sleep with that. My husband doesn't get very much free time. He wanted to watch some sports. Like, it was, and our cable is through an internet provider. Like, it's all, everything is connected, and they cut it, and there was no compensation. There was no recourse. There was no emergency for, like, people who need to work from home. And I feel like, you know, we're we're 18 months into the Rona here, and working from home is like what a lot of people do, and there's no emergency service to bring the internet back up so that people can be reimbursed for not being able to work. I don't know. It was just very suspect to me, and I have more digging to do because I'm not thrilled. Anyway, I was just deciding here which boxes I wanted to put down in the full box capacity because there are 9 boxes that come with every Dash of Sun Design kit for the standard vertical, and I had to decide which one I was going to leave out, and I decided that I really did want to use the one with a pop of blue in it, and the reason was because I knew that if I left it for another time, if I was going to do a leftover spread, I wouldn't use that one, but the other one that was left over in the kit was still neutral enough that I would use it in a spread in the future. So I'm not a big fan of how I laid it down. I don't think I laid this, like, the full boxes down very well, but I think they're beautiful, and I do love how this whole entire spread turned out. Like, I was very excited about this spread the entire time. And finally I was like, okay guys, it's time for the sidebar. And oh my goodness, it didn't like cause me a lot of trouble, but I spent a lot of time filming this. I spent a lot of time filming this, and you know, I spent a lot of time thinking about this. Like, it wasn't just quick as it as it looks. But what I decided to do was, instead of bringing in like foily headers on this one, or like foily scripts, I just decided to bring in my Sweet Tea Sticker Co. scripts. They are my favorite, all-time favorite scripts, and I really, really like them and enjoy them a lot. And then here I was just trying to find a way to make everything fit at the bottom so that I could bring in that green strip as well, but I couldn't make it fit. I probably could have removed the bottom, like the top green divider strip between the like boxes trackers, I forget what they're called, Sidebar trackers, whatever, and the habit trackers. But honestly, I didn't think of that in the moment. So I zoomed in a little bit because I wanted to do my day by day with you all, and it got a little bumpy here. I don't know what was going on. I was really, really excited because I had pulled most of my stickers for the day by day. So I didn't actually expect this plan with me to be as long as it was. I am going at 1.5 the speed here, and I pulled it, and it's still 20 minutes long, and when I originally did it, it was over 30. So I'm just pulling the scripts a little bit out of frame, but we'll get back into frame when we go into the day by day. So the scripts that I used, I've got the workout script sheet that I'm trying to finish from Paper and Milk, and then the rest of the scripts that you'll see, except for one, is they're all from Sweet Tea Sticker Co. You should go check her out. They are my favorite font and my favorite scripts. And you'll notice that this time I didn't put my daycare scripts in first, and that was a mistake, and I made a mistake, and it's driving me bonkers in my planner, but I can't pick it up and fix it now. But it doesn't look bad or anything. It's just very, like, I do it usually one way, and I didn't do it like that this week, and it's making me mad. So first thing is I added a Coffee Monsters Co. icon to note that my husband was sick. Then I used a Sweet Tea Sticker Co. Little icon to note that Owen only had a 20-minute nap. Oh my gosh, this kid, he got up so early and he only napped for 20 minutes. And then I used an emoji from the Coffee Monsters Co. again with a little beaver outfit to show that we went to the zoo and it was so much fun. We saw all the animals, we did all the things, and you know the animal that my crazy little kid loved the best? A Canada goose. The ones that hiss and honk and really are like, I don't know, rats. Oh my god. Anyway, he loves them. He thinks they're the best thing. Best animal he saw at the zoo all day. We even saw the pygmy hippos. Guys, do you know how much I love the pygmy hippos? Do you know how much my husband loves the flamingos? Yes, because I've told you all several times. But no. My baby loves the Canada goose. Thankfully, those are plentiful, so we've got some at the end of our street who do nest and then come back when they migrate south, and they are starting their migration, so we'll see them shortly, and he will be very happy. What I am doing here is I realized I didn't want to take up the room of putting a box underneath these full boxes, but I wanted to add something, so I used the little scripts that come in every one of the Dash of Sun Design kits, these foiled strips. I know they take Chelsea forever, but Chelsea, if you watch this, it is so worth it. Oh my goodness, these are beautiful. So I love them, and I am so glad and grateful that I have them. But I had to turn my planner upside down. As you guys know, I absolutely hate when my things overlap. I have to have them like smushed right up next to each other. But I think it adds something extra to the spread, especially if there's like not a lot of foil at the bottom of the page. So back to here, I used a fox and cactus family, little figures, and just to know that we had family playtime that afternoon. And by family playtime, I mean my husband was so sick. He wasn't really, but he fell asleep on the couch. He was really, really tired. And so we just played as a family. Then I just noted that the US Open starts. I'm very into tennis. I love it. And there's a lot of Canadians who are doing a lot of good things this year, and I'm very excited to continue to watch. And then the only other thing we did was we were so exhausted, and I guess I must have been getting quite sick because we fell asleep at 8:30. Like Owen, I think, fell asleep at 6, and my husband and I were asleep at 8:30. So then the next morning I noted that I was sick, and I don't typically note when I'm sick in my planner. It's not something I care to remember, but this is a doozy of a cold, so I felt pretty good doing that and just marking it just because it's a pretty significant cold. And then I marked the situation, the bell situation. Now I realized that I had not pulled a sticker for that, so I just quickly popped into my planner and pulled out a paper and milk Maru, and it says this is fine. I love this sheet. I never expected to get as much use of it as I did. And then I just used another cleaning Maru to note that I was mad, so I aggressively rage cleaned my house, which on one hand is fantastic because my house is pretty spotless now, and my baseboards have never been cleaner. It's been a work in progress. I've been doing all of them. But, yeah. And then I just noted that I had my afternoon, a lot of Tuesday was spent on the phone dealing with things, having to call into work and explain to them the situation, having to call Bell Rogers, the CRTC, trying to get some resolution to this situation. And then on the bottom, I just used another script and marked walk. I thought I was going to add an icon into that, and honestly, I ended up just writing in long walk. because my next door neighbor is also on maternity leave, and so she was available, and we went for a long 6.5 kilometer walk, because that's what people should do when they're sick instead of sleep in bed. But here we are. This is who I am as a person. And then I was trying to figure out what sticker I had pulled for the bottom of that day. I had a YouTube binge, and I can't find the sticker that I pulled, so I just left it. You'll see me fill that in later. It looks really nice when it's all filled in. And then this is where I forgot to mark daycare, but I wanted to mark that on the morning of Wednesday, Owen went to daycare, and my husband and I spent the entire morning doing garden work. He dethatched our lawn, he aerated the lawn, he cut both of the lawns short. I did like the cleanup of all of that just because I'm able to. My husband's still got some back pain. And then I did like some wintering of some of my beds, doing some pruning, trimming, when I say garden work, I mean all the garden work. And I'm still debating whether or not I want to dry my herbs. So herbs, tell me what you think down below, if I should dry them for winter or just continue to buy fresh. Although now I've got them in my garden, obviously, so I don't have to buy them. So let me know what you think in the comments below, because apparently this is a hot topic. So, this is when I noticed that I didn't put in daycare. I had gone in, and on the bottom of Wednesday, you will see me come back to that, but I used a Fox and Pip girl to note that I was still sick because I felt really terrible that afternoon. And I also used a Fox and Pip bubble bath to note that I took a really, really long bath because I had the time and my husband was going to pick up Owen from daycare. Then I just used the flags. I love the layering stickers that Chelsea puts in these kits, because I just have been really liking them for daycare, to be perfectly honest. They've been really nice. So that's been good. And then, I guess I was out of frame for this one, but I was just filling in the rest of Wednesday. So I used a Teddy Plans Co. family trio to mark that we had more family time that evening. And then I started reading a book called The Obsidian Tower, and it was recommended to me by Bookstagram, and I am obsessed with it. I started it yesterday. It's like I want to say it's like a 400 or 500 page fantasy novel, and I'm already over 100 pages in. It was really, really good. Obviously, we didn't have any internet. We had it back by that point, but then I was in the book, and I was like, well, I don't need the internet. But it was nice to have, like, our white noise at night to put the baby to sleep. That was helpful. So now we're on to Thursday, which is today, and I cannot get over this. I do not get cramps, and I do not mark cramps, but I had such bad cramps this morning that I had to note it in my planner. It was pretty significant. And then I also noted that I voted for our federal election. If you are Canadian and you are watching this, our federal election is September the 20th, and you should get your ballot in the mail if you want to. It's very easy. Just go on to Elections Canada and say, I would like a mailed ballot. And they mailed me, and I voted for the person in my district, and I am very happy to be able to do that. Then I noted that we did laundry, because that is all we ever do. Ever. In this house. I feel. Someone somewhere is caught up on laundry, but it sure is not me. And then I don't know what I was thinking, just not moving into frame here, but you'll see me in a moment. I'm just using another Maru, and he has a tennis racket to note that the US Open, I was just keeping track of that all today. We've got a bunch of Canadians playing, and then I just used a beautiful, there we go, moved into frame, the little bow icons with the YouTube script, and that was from Dash of Sun Designs. And then I just I've been taking her flags and using them to mark a significant portion of time, and I'm just noting here that I'm filming, editing, uploading, because that is literally all I am doing for the rest of tonight. I actually have another video on the go after this one. So we are getting to the end of this, which is, I'm sure everyone is grateful for. This has been a very, very long session of me just talking. But I got really excited. I don't know what was going on here. Earthquake. Getting too excited about my spread. Then I just wanted to note, tomorrow that, as I told I think I told you guys last week, we're getting a window quote. Our windows have a crack. Just one of them has a massive crack in it. So that has to get fixed. And I was just noting that tomorrow we have someone coming to measure our window at 12 p.m. to make sure that we have the correct measurements so that we can have a correct size window. And then I am just noting on Saturday, my aspirational goal is to change the sheets. I've just done all the laundry for it, so I would like fresh sheets. And I've got time on Saturday, so that'll be nice. And that's it. I don't have any more plans for this week. I'm sorry that I keep coming at you with memory plans and instead of pre-plans, but I mean, sometimes it's more fun. And then I just filled everything out here. You can see that I used the sticker from Magical Sticker Co. to mark the YouTube binge on the bottom of Tuesday, and I love how this whole entire thing turned